Okay, I was watching this and I wasn't but a few minutes into it, and I thought that this was pretty relevant. So check this out.
I think this is a good time to bring up, again, as I think we did in the last episode, that famous Martin Niemöller. I need to look up his name to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Quotation from, about and after World War II, in which he says, "First they came for the socialists and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me and there was no one left to speak for me." And I tried to modify that exquisite and unfortunately doesn't go out of fashion poem from him last time, and I didn't really nail it. And someone on YouTube who goes by Bobby B. Fat did what I think is a better job. So here's his contribution. "First they came for the socialists and I helped them because I am not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists and I helped them because I am not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews and I helped them because I am not a Jew. Then they came for me because they no longer needed my help."
I heard that and I got chills, and it kicked in my head the same thing that I've known the whole time, but I don't think I've ever said on this channel, especially recently. Everyone's like, "Oh, all you are is foul language, and like you're not looking at things objectively." And like if you look at the comments, I'm like, we're done being objective. You guys don't realize that the aggravation that I have isn't because any of this has actually been directed towards me until like very recently, and even then only in the very minor degree. It's not like the actual movement has decided to take any move against me, but just the mentality is the reason why I am facing certain things now. So, not criminal, just I'm being the house that I live in is being sold because the owner is in fear of retaliation against the house. Okay? So, my anger is coming because I can see myself being one of these people who's constantly attacked. Do you know what spurred this quote? And I hadn't seen this until just now. She they were watching these videos. This is Black Lives Matter activists going up to people who are eating at restaurants and trying to get them. They're berating them for, I guess, being white or not being part of the movement. The way they present this is they're trying to get them to raise their fist. There's also another video right here.
Found this one through Barry Weiss.
Now, I'm sorry. Please, 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 please don't come here to Tampa and do that, because you're. As soon as I actually finish this video, I'm debating on going down to the police station with copies of these videos and being like, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Because I know what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do. As soon as you get this close, here's what I'm going to do. As soon as I get this close, I'm going to be like, do you have any intention of attacking me? If I hear anyone say yes, I'm going off. I'll defend myself. I'm not going to let some crowd get the better of me. Let me tell you what. You may. With that many people there, there's no way I could beat that many people. And probably either from the other video, because you can't even really see how many people there are there. But let me tell you what. You know what I've learned? That a group of people are only so strong as they think that they are. And as soon as they see one or two of their members get taken out in a serious fashion, there's a lot of them that don't have the will to fight left. So as long as my back is covered like this lady's, well, that might be glass. I don't know. That could be dangerous because that might be glass. But honestly, you can't tell me that that woman's probably not in fear with this many people. Like she can't sit and have a meal on her own without this. So I think I've decided that all of you guys are suicidal and you don't even realize it. It's like, okay, the Black Lives Matter movement is predicated on the fact that black people are being oppressed, there's systemic racism, blah 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 blah, which we've proved over and over isn't true, but you still want to keep that narrative, right? So all the people that are going into the streets, that especially the ones that aren't black and the ones that are black, that have never experienced any type of oppression ever ever ever, why are they so upset? I'm going to tell you why. Is because the ones who actually believe the rhetoric, they fear being oppressed. right? They're like, oh man, this happens to other people, and they could see it happening to them. Do you realize that you're driving that on the same side, right? That people who are Republicans are watching other people like this lady, who we don't even know what her stance is on any of this. What if she is a Black Lives Matter supporter? You know, and she just doesn't want to raise her arm because you guys are a mob coming to force her when she just wants to have dinner. Like, you know, like, you guys don't think that she's not in fear? Because here's what's going to be the problem. What happens when she pulls out a gun and she just blows 2 or 3 of them away? What are they going to do? Beat her to death? Is that what we're going to turn? Because that's civil war. You take that and you just multiply it throughout the country, and that's what's going to start happening. And the only reason these people are this ballsy is because they're in a group. You guys don't you don't do this when the other side goes in groups. You only want to attack people when they're weak. You guys are like you're predators. You have no values whatsoever. Everybody that lives in these shitty areas where this is happening, why don't you come to Florida? Come forward, because if it's happening in Florida, it's not happening this bad. And let me tell you what, we're a stand your ground state. And I'm pretty sure that if this woman pulled out a gun and started blasting these motherfuckers away, and in Florida, there's a good chance she'd get away with it. You guys need to watch what the fuck you're doing, because you guys are going to start dropping like flies. We'll see you in the next one.